So this is the story of how my boss tried to ruin my life by firing me when I was pregnant, and how I made sure he paid for it. Literally. Before we start, was I wrong for what I did? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Storytime Boise for more crazy stories every day. Okay, so let me give you some background. I had been working at this marketing company for 3 years. 3 years of putting in long hours, working weekends, and basically giving everything to this job. My boss, let's call him Richard, was one of those typical corporate types. Suit and tie, big ego, thought he was better than everyone. About a year ago, I found out I was pregnant. My husband and I had been trying for a while, so we were thrilled. But I was nervous about telling work. I'd heard stories about women being treated differently after announcing their pregnancy, but I thought, I've been here 3 years. I'm a senior manager. They value me. It'll be fine. Boy, was I wrong. The day I told Richard I was pregnant, his whole attitude changed. He congratulated me, sure, but I could see it in his eyes. The fake smile. The forced politeness. He saw me as a problem now. Not an asset, a problem. Within a week, things started changing. Suddenly, I was being excluded from important meetings. Projects I'd been leading were reassigned to other people. When I asked why, Richard would make excuses. Oh, we thought you'd want to take it easy. We don't want to stress you out with your condition. But it wasn't about protecting me, it was about pushing me out. Then came the performance reviews. For 3 years, I'd gotten excellent reviews, bonuses, promotions, praise from clients. But suddenly, my latest review was terrible. Lots of criticism, nitpicking about minor things. It was clear what was happening. They were building a case to fire me. I tried to fight back. I documented everything, every exclusion, every reassignment, every unfair criticism. I knew what they were doing, and I wasn't going to let them get away with it. Then, when I was 6 months pregnant, it happened. Richard called me into his office. He had HR there too. He said they were letting me go. Performance issues, he claimed. We've given you chances to improve, but it's not working out. Here's your severance package. I sat there, shocked. 6 months pregnant, about to have a baby, and they were firing me. I asked them point blank, is this because I'm pregnant? Richard got defensive. Of course not, he said. This is purely we have documentation, but I had documentation too. 3 years of excellent reviews, client testimonials, awards I'd won for the company, and emails. So many emails showing how everything changed the moment I announced my pregnancy. I didn't sign their severance package. I walked out of that office, went straight home, and called an employment lawyer. A good one. One who specialized in discrimination cases. I showed her everything I had. All my documentation. All the evidence. She looked at me and said, you have a very strong case. We sued. Richard and the company tried to settle immediately. They offered me money to make it go away quietly, but I said no. I wanted this on record. I wanted everyone to know what they did. So we went to court. The trial was intense. Richard tried to paint me as a bad employee, but my lawyer destroyed him. She brought in my old performance reviews, client emails praising my work, colleagues who testified that I'd been treated differently after my pregnancy announcement. The company's own HR records showed the sudden shift in how they evaluated me. And you know what the best part was? During discovery, we found emails, internal emails between Richard and other executives. One email literally said, "We need to figure out how to handle the pregnancy situation." Another said, "She'll be unreliable once the baby comes. Let's start documenting issues now." They had put it in writing. Their plan to fire me for being pregnant. My lawyer had a field day with that. The jury deliberated for less than 2 hours. They ruled in my favor. The company was found guilty of pregnancy, discrimination. I was awarded back pay, future lost wages, damages for emotional distress, and punitive damages. The total over $400,000. Richard was fired shortly after. The company had to implement new anti-discrimination training, and I became somewhat known in the industry. Other women started reaching out, sharing their own stories of workplace discrimination. As for me, I used some of that money to start my own consulting business. I work from home now. I set my own hours, and I get to spend time with my beautiful baby daughter. Life worked out better than I ever could have imagined. So, was I wrong for suing? Some people told me I should have just taken the settlement and moved on quietly, that I was being vindictive. But you know what? They tried to ruin my life. They discriminated against me because I was pregnant. They deserved everything they got. What do you think? Did I do the right thing? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe to Tala Thomas Boise for more stories like this every single day. See you tomorrow.
Subscribe now.